So here's your guide to how to have a lazy girl summer this summer. Well, hey beautiful biscuits, welcome back to the Wholesome Feed. Man, I have been really enjoying our little downsized living. It has been so calming. I don't think I realized how much pressure I had on myself to maintain a big house, to maintain a big yard, and our homesteading things, which we're still doing homesteading at the glamping farm. But I've really pulled back. I don't have a big garden this year. Obviously I'm still taking care of the chickens, but it's lovely to have some down moments. I had the last year or two, any down moments had another job to be done, another task, and especially last year was just so much on my plate, and I think it was just destroying my nervous system. Like I was going on such stress things. So this is my lazy girl summer. I love it. I do not have high expectations of having to do everything. I am just enjoying the slowness of being for summer. It's the best season of the Pacific Northwest, and I am just having a nice time existing and being, and not having a huge to-do list, must-do stuff, stress of getting it all done. You know, I'm letting go of all that. You've got to stop comparing your summer to everybody else's. My sister is taking her kids to gymnastics, which my kids would love to do. And I haven't signed them up yet because I've just been too busy finishing the moving in here, settling us in. And maybe in another couple weeks, I'll do a few things of gymnastics for them. But I have not signed my kids up for any summer camp. I have looked at my calendar and I have taken everything off that I can. I have really simplified our day-to-day, what our commitments are, what we're doing. We're just having a lazy life summer, you know, an old-fashioned 1970s, enjoying the outdoors, relaxing with family time kind of summer. And it feels so good. I think I had put, and I'm sure you have too, so much pressure on my shoulders over what I expected out of being a good mom, a good woman, a good businesswoman, that it was just constantly having to provide for everybody else and never take any downtime and get everything done. And the busier I could be, the better I was being. And this summer and this whole rest of the year is all about how can I still feel worthy and productive without constantly going all the time. And I knew that. I have been planning this. This is why we want to move to Michigan. But it has been a real deep soul level knowledge that I have gotten the last week or two living here of being able to take a breath. That is what lazy girl summer is all about, right? Being able to lounge out, sit for a moment. I mean, you know, we're moms. We never actually are being lazy or take time off. But just slowing things down. And I think I got really caught up in my own expectations of what I thought would make me a good member of society, a good mom, a good woman, a good creative, and that it must mean I have to go all the time. Which is funny because I don't think I'm any less productive having a lazy girl summer, actually. I think I'm actually more creative. Like, I've been making videos for the fans page where I turn my romance novel ideas or my novellas into on-screen fun films for women. And I think I've actually been more creative in that phase. I've been more creative on Patreon with what we're talking about on there because my nervous system hasn't been so strung out of like, I must do everything. I think it's actually been better for my productivity because I'm not just doing everything, I'm doing certain things and I'm doing them better. My friend called me a chaos goblin, which is what I call myself, so it's okay. She's not insulting me. And it's true. I mean, like, I have some attention deficit, I'm very attention deficit disorder person. I've never gotten an official diagnosis, but anybody that I know that's ADHD that like takes medication for it looks at me and goes, you should really be medicated. Because I have a hard time focusing, which is why I do so much, because then I can flit around and always be doing something. And it's been so good for me to just have moments where I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to do that right now. You know, it has been so good to start my lazy girl summer because obviously the beginning of the summer was not lazy girl. It was pure chaos and busyness. But it feels good for my soul. It feels I thought it was exactly what I needed. And thank God I listened to my intuition, because that's absolutely true. Our primal inner voice, that inner being within us that has that inherent primal knowledge, is so spot on. And how much time do we spend as women, as mamas, not listening to that voice? Because there's experts, outside sources, there's families, there's friends, there's society to judge us and tell us what and how we should be living and doing things. And when we listen to that intuition, the power that comes through of what we know about our own selves. You know, for some people it's praying, right? That's where you get that beautiful primal knowledge and that connection to God. And for some people it's meditating. For some people it's just slowing down enough to listen to your own inner voice, right? And that is so powerful. Oh my goodness. It's been a long time since I've done that. I think I had a short window when Pear was a little tiny baby that we were really enjoying ourselves and had a slow time for a couple, like maybe it was 3 months or something. And then we were just busy all the time. And it has been years since we've had slow, quiet time. And I don't think ever have I intentionally simplified and slowed down. I've always added more to my plate and more to my plate because I thought, oh, being productive, doing stuff all the time must make me good, right? Must make me worthy of being liked and enjoyed and worthy of having people be nice to me if I'm being productive all the time. And I really had to look in the last couple of years when I was just feeling unhappy and nothing was going wrong per se in my life. But I felt this deep sense of not being rooted where I should be, of having kind of lost my signal connection to the divine, and that was normally something that was so easy for me. And it's so nice to feel that kind of slowly easing back on. I'm like, oh, that's great. So I hope you will absolutely have a lazy girl summer. I think it is divine and gorgeous and beautiful to have our slow God-given summers. It is so nice. But you've got to go through your calendar, literally take off as much as you can. Be ruthless in that. Events, commitments, work projects that you can put off until the fall, kids commitments, family time commitments. Take those things off as much as you can. Slow down. Have 70% of your day, every day this summer, be free time, where you can do what you want, what you enjoy, what you can relax on. And now obviously that may be just on the weekends, right? You know, I work every day. I work 7 days a week. But what I'm trying to do is have the work become relaxation, right? Have these projects be eased into, be creative, flow with me in my life, but have a 70% day where it's just relaxed. It's ease. It doesn't mean you're doing anything, but it's ease. And I give that advice, biscuits. I'm going to be totally honest here. You know, honest Rose coming in. I've only had one of those days in the last 2 weeks, and it was glorious. It was so good. And so now that I'm finally like getting settled in, I'm hoping that I have more of those 70% ease days, because sometimes we need it. You know, I'll be totally honest. I am such an addict to productivity. It makes me uncomfortable sharing that advice because I'm like, people are going to judge. They're going to think I'm lazy. You know, that's always like, I don't know why I have such a thing about worrying that people think I'm lazy. Of course I'm not lazy, right? But that is such a like internalized fear of mine. Even giving this advice, it makes me feel nervous and uncomfortable, which is how I know that this is solid advice that I need to follow and that you should follow, because our primal voices aren't there to make us listen to things that are easy for us. They're there to guide us on a path that is better for us, is our real path, right? Not our ego-driven distraction path. If you like primal conversations, you should check on to Patreon, because that is where I talk so much about our primal inner voices, our self-care, and how we can blend self-care and homemaking and living a life that makes us happy. But I hope you are having a lazy girl summer, my little biscuits, because you know what I think? I think everybody deserves a lazy girl summer. It's been a hard couple years, I think, for everybody. I think this year has been extremely stressful for Americans, and probably the Brits too. I see you there. Maybe the French, everybody, probably everybody. Yep. And it's good to just take some time to exist, to be. It really is, I swear. I'm going to see you over in Patreon and the next video here on this channel. Hey, could you do me a favor? If you haven't subscribed, would you hit the subscribe button and tap the little likey button on here? Because it's really good for the algorithm. If you want to leave a comment, that's like the top algorithm booster. It could just say, oh, great video, or woo, I want to be a lazy girl today. You don't have to say woo, but there you go. But that's the best thing for the algorithm. And you know, the YouTube algorithm is ever changing, so like I understand it, but you know, there you go. I'll see you in the next video.